Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching The Horror Shark. And a couple days ago, I went to go see The Mummy. Oh, sorry, Lee Cronin's The Mummy from 2026. Yeah, it came out this year. I saw it with my brother. Um, we had a pretty good time. My initial thoughts were that it was Evil Dead meets Mummy movie or an Aztec horror film, like The Pyramid or some other ancient horror movie. It really did hit all those beats along with some elements from The Exorcist. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought that things were just run of the mill, paint by numbers, the storytelling, the execution. There were things that were just, they were done better in other films, needless to say. There were things that were picked up, dropped, and then forgotten about, including by myself. I mean, I forgot the part where the father was a newsman and he did too much with his hand, so which never comes into play again. It was very weird that it was so forgettable that I forgot it while watching the film, and even up until recently. Like in the past couple hours, I was like, wait a minute, something feels like they forgot something. There are things in this film. There are things in this film that were good. There were things in this film that were decent, and there were things in this film that were done terribly. Things that were handled that were good were the gross out, disturbing, nasty parts. The things that were handled decently were the executions of the shocking scenes or intense moments that could have added a lot more punch. The bad was borrowed elements or story beats from other films to characters to not have them be fully developed or realized, like the father being a good guy throughout the film, but then it doesn't pull The Exorcist where he was a conflicted person or even a bad dad. He was just like, I'm a good dad. I'll take on this mummy curse for my daughter because I love her so much. No growth, no progression. The one thing I will say that I did like, and this is a very minor spoiler, is that the cop goes to do the stupid thing, which is investigate a potential crime scene on her own. From any horror film that I've watched from memory, I cannot remember one film where that has gone down and the cop has made it out alive or hasn't had some serious repercussion. Like, the only other one I can think of off the top of my head was Saw, but even that ended badly for one of them. And he didn't even go in there alone. She goes in there alone. She gets out and she gets the information back to the family. Another thing I kind of liked was that the dad is the one investigating it. Usually in these paranormal horror films, a la Insidious or Paranormal Activity, or even the Conjuring series, usually it's the mother who's like, there's something really bad going on here. I can feel it. But then here the father's like, no, this shit's fucked up. Let me go investigate some stuff and see what I can come up with. The mom, meanwhile, is like, I can take care of my daughter at home. She doesn't need a hospital, which for the life of me, even while watching the film, I was like, there's no way a hospital will let this daughter go home with her family in her state. No way. The gross out parts, I have seen a couple of reviews, and people are like, well, I mean, people are just liking it for the gross out parts, and they don't really, that's all they really talk about. They don't really talk about in depth about why the gross out parts work. There are some effective things in here. I do like that there's a scene with a nail, like a nail trimming. It actually adds to the story. It's very weird that it does, but it works. It's not like a thing that comes up. It's not like a thing that comes up later. Literally, it has to do with her body and something that is disgusting. There was a part of me at one point that thought this could go really far. It's when the cop shows the parents the footage of what happened to Katie, and me and my brother were talking about it on the way home. Like, yeah, it was pretty disturbing, but it could have been like really bad. Me and my brother were joking about that. We were like, when they would have shown me the footage, it would have stopped. I would have turned to everyone and been like, yeah, that was messed up. Is there any more footage of that? I mean, does it go any further? Because I think the letdown of that footage is that we already know what happened. It's just the characters that don't. And the parents' reactions are okay. I mean, throughout the film, they're not that great, but during the footage they see, the father has the same look he always does, doe-eyed, bug-eyed look. The mother just gets snotty. Not like in the terms of being prudish or stuck up, but literally, she has snot running down her face. So that's one of her little trademarks in this film. If she gets upset, there's just snot everywhere. I'm like, stop it. One other thing I wish was pushed a little further. I mean, it was pretty gross as is, but I was hoping for kind of like a massacre. I actually thought it was the climax of the film, is when the funeral for one of the characters happens. I was like, oh, is this the climax? She's going to go on a bloody rampage? Not quite. It's still gross, but not as far as it could have gone. That's the thing. This film could have really pushed for some of this shit. Like maybe have it revealed that KD was actually killed to become the mummy, so they cut her throat or something. Like that would be pushing the envelope. Or have a massacre during the funeral. That would have been insane. There are so many other ways this could have been way more shocking. But it is a mainstream horror film, so they couldn't go that far. Imagine that. Them trying to get Kitty back this whole time, but she's already dead. She's just mummified and cursed. Like, as she unravels her skin like she does in the movie, it's revealed a big cut along her throat or something. Like, that would have been insane. She's a little girl. Well, I mean, she's a teenager now in the film, but that would have been nuts. I'm a morbid motherfucker. I'm going straight to hell. So yeah, this film was all right. Could have been better. Could have had much better writing and some better acting, or at least reactions. But I think there was potential. That's going to do it for this video, guys. You have been watching The Horror Shark, and I've been your host, Brian Gatto. Sorry I haven't done the 30 Days of Night video yet for Films of the Brim. This is another Films of the Brim episode. But 30 Days of Night, the video I did, is very long with me and Momster. So it's going to take some time for me to edit down. I've been so busy trying to do the video for the celebration of life for my grandfather who recently passed, so it's been a bit tough. And as well as getting videos out on the regular, plus I like to write my books a whole bunch, so that takes precedence over videos at the time, for the time being, so please bear with me. But as always, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a video, and as always, subscribe.